Alright, here's another upgrade video. My ever-changing system. One of the upgrades is I got a nice meter which shows me what I'm putting into the system, how many amp hours, my voltage, how many amps is going in. It's dark out. It's past 8 o'clock, so I'm using this. I used this a bit today with the with the generator. I'm just charging all the batteries up. I want to give them the full charge and everything. The reason why I'm doing that, and I stopped my test with the fridge for now. The reason I'm doing that is because of my upgrade. 4 more. I got 4 more of these batteries. So that's another 135 amp hours each. And these batteries, they're rated, this is a true 135 amp hour rating. So these are probably closer to 150 amp hours because all the good brands will underrate their batteries. And like cheap Walmart deep cycle batteries, they will overrate them. They'll say 120, but they're probably only 100 amp hour. So these are probably closer to 150 amp hour, but they're rated less just because they're higher end. I got them just charging together quickly. I'm gonna stop it at 14.5 volts, and then I'm charging these, and these will automatically stop at around 14 volts. I'm gonna let them sit for a bit, and then I'm going to add the next battery bank, and I'm just gonna add 2 or 3 more there. I think 2 there and 2 on the side, and tie it all in. What else did I get? I got from this place here. I got all these ring connectors and Anderson power plugs. I love this place. It's a really good place. They're called Battery Experts. They're located in Pickering, Ontario, just outside of Toronto, they're in the GTA. And they had 240 of these, and they put them on Kijiji, and they're down to about 120 or 130 or something like that. So they still have more. So if anybody who watches this video wants any of these batteries, they're extremely good. I like them a lot. One thing I found, there was one battery that had a dent in it. It's where the strap on the crate that these came in went around and it slightly indented the battery. I just watch out for that. I caught it and they replaced it. Super high end batteries. Like, these batteries are way higher end than even my 55 amp hours and whatnot that I had. So yeah, I highly recommend these. And the company's a really nice company to deal with. Sell inverters and stuff as well. And yeah, so this I just put on about 2 hours ago or so. And so I'm putting in 19.7 amps right now. And so that's about a little over 2 hours ago. And so total I've put 48.4 amp hours back into this battery bank. And I had this battery bank drained down to about 50%, maybe a little higher, 60%. So that's 405 amp hours there, 55, 35, 55, 35, 35, and a bunch of 9 and 7 amp hour batteries in there. So I can't remember what I have right this moment. I'll have to tally it up. I'll put it in the description. But that's quite a bit of amp hours. With only 20 amp hours going in at a time, this is going to take a long time to charge this battery bank. And what's really cool is, so this thing says 55 to 140 amps. Well, that's 55 amps is at 12.5 volts. And the lower in voltage that the battery is, this is for starting. So if you go down to about 10 volts, it's closer to this rating here, 140 amps. That's that's for starting only. You won't get that kind of charging current out of this, but you will get the max that charge controller will do. This is the 55 to 140 setting, and as you can see, before it was showing, I guess the voltage has gone up. Before, when the voltage was lower, when I first tried this, it showed 45 amps, and then a warning started to show up saying that I'm close to the peak of what this charge controller can handle, which is cool. So yeah, I just kicked it up a notch. This thing didn't come with a fan, which is kind of disappointing. It definitely needed it because, especially on high like this, it started heating up quite a bit, the big transformer inside. There's a place for a fan for a higher model, so I just upgraded it myself. I put a fan in it. Seems to be working great. It's been charging this whole time. So I am going to add these batteries to this battery bank, and I'll show you guys when I got it all hooked up. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to show you guys how I connect my cabling to my ends, whatever you call them, where you bolt it to the battery. And it's just simple, easy. Just fill it with solder. Sorry about that. Feed the solder in. Just let it go on its own. Just feed itself right in there. So that one's ready. Get this other one ready too. Oh, it's not quite as hot. I have to move the the torch over. Sorry. Do this, I can do both at the same time. Okay, that's good enough. So I already did the one side, and then the other side. Try and keep it the same way. Just take it out, drop it in. Pretty much hardens right away. Same with this other one. Drop it in. And the copper is cold, so it pretty much hardens the solder right away. And you just take them out. And that's one and a half done. Put them here. Got two there. Got half of one done here. Do this one more. Keep hitting buttons on my phone. Sorry about that. Hard to film and do this at the same time. But these things heat up quite quickly. Like, it's already hot enough to melt solder. A little bit more. I only put about maybe 1/8 to a 1/4 inch full from the bottom up, and then I just take my it got extra hot. Let's see, I want it to face this way. Drop it in there. And what I try to do is I try to make both terminals sort of the same way, so you don't have to twist the wire around when you're done. And there's another one. Yeah, just keep doing that. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with all the wires I got to make for this, but I'll show you when it's done. Well, my phone's dead like always. So hopefully don't get any more of those terrible sounds, but anyways. I made more cabling. It shrink wrapped it nicely. But there's paper on this one, so I got all burnt up. I ran out of, well, I didn't have enough of these bolts that fit into here. So I wired one more in. I had enough for one more, but I don't have enough for these 3. So I'll have to finish it another day. So this is the battery bank. consists of seven of these batteries. About 130 amp hours, more like closer to 150, I think. But high quality 130 amp hour, 135 amp hour batteries, with some slightly lesser quality batteries, but they are new, except for those two. Those I don't exactly know the age, but they hold 13 volts, no problem. So I have them on a separate switch in case I ever start having problems with them. So I have a negative coming off here and going into the battery bank, and a negative coming off here and going into the battery bank. After I hook these up, I'm going to have another negative and positive coming from this side going into the battery bank. I'm not running super heavy cabling. I'm only running like 2 gauge. So I'm just going to have multiple leads running off of different parts of the battery bank to keep it draining evenly and whatnot. But yeah, this is going to be a nice setup. I got that charger, that charger, and the smart charger inside, all charging my batteries because they were so heavily used. They're down to about 50%. Let's see here. I'm pulling 500 watts from the house to charge the batteries, and that's at 60 power factor, so it's probably around pretty close to 1,000 watts. Yeah, I like it. Can't wait to get this set up and running. And I was looking at upgrading to an Antrax 3,000 watt power inverter. It has like a house hardwire system and everything. It has I think 100 amp charger built into it too. For $1,600 I can get it for. Don't have the funds right now, so I didn't get it. But I can get an inverter anytime, really. These batteries were the deal, so I got the batteries, because that you can't always get for a good deal. So I got at least, I'm guessing, I haven't done the math yet, but there's probably around 1,000 amp hours for the batteries just right there, plus everything I have there. So probably about 1,200 amp hours or 1,300 amp hours, something like that. I'll have to do the math and put it in the description. But that's it. I upgraded the face of that. Got a nice little monitor. I got these batteries. I bought all these little terminal hookups, ring terminals. That's what they're called. And what else did I get? The Anderson power connectors. I got a whole whack load of those. There's more here too. Yeah. So I'll have to do another update when I got all this connected up and ready to go.